What's up, guys? So we are back here, Brave Frontier Versus. There were some new cards that got released about 2 weeks ago now, and so the dust has settled. We know what cards are actually good in this booster pack now after like 2 weeks gameplay. So let's take a look at the new cards. There's about 3 or 4 cards in each color, I believe. So for Fire got this card right here, Scorching Discipline Alpha. This card is quite good, actually. So it's a growing card that only costs 1. Start a battle phase. If an ally has 900 attack, this gets 100 more. This is also a long-range unit, so it's going to hit on the diagonal corners. This is a very, very powerful. And it has 45 speed. Even though the stats are very low, for being a 1 cost, it's quite good. And it can grow really big. It can get up, plus 400 HP or attack, because every turn you can get 100. You can't get that on the first turn. There's no way to have a 900 attack 4-drop unit on the field, so it's max possible to only get 400 bonus. The manifest version on this is really good. So 660 and 440, and this is base stats. So once you upgrade this, then you get higher stats as well. So you always got to upgrade your cards. But 500 on a manifest is really good. A long range, it's going to double to 1,000 on the VP. And then that's going to kill a lot of things in the corners. So a very, very good card. Any card that costs 1 is pretty much playable. So that's part of the reason. This card right here, Master Lored, is a pretty solid card, actually. Costs 6, so it's expensive. But when it joins the fray, grant a protection of fire to any unprotected ally. Then you're also, whenever a ally gets protection of fire in the beginning of the battle phase, you're going to deal 100 magic damage to all foes in the front line. So this is a very anti-light deck. This is going to take out those pesky little shields that you might have trouble with. So if you're seeing a ton of light, which we are seeing a lot of light decks in the top leaderboards, this card definitely sees play, sees some action, and knocks out some of those shields. We haven't seen a lot of fire decks recently running around in the top, but this card definitely, it does see play in some hybrid decks, and you can put him in any deck because honestly, he gets fire on an unprotected ally, so that's going to go on to him if he's the only fire ally, and then he's going to ping and deal 100 damage to the shield. So it'll be a one-time effect, but still, one-time effect blanking out 3 shields or 2 shields in the front is really, really powerful. So this card also sees play, which I'm surprised it does. It's a 7 cost, very big stats for 7 costs actually, and then it can actually grow too. So it's going to get 100 HP and 100 attack for every ally with 5 or less. So this card gets quite big, quite big, and you can see the max rarity stats here: 9, 10, 12, 90. I think people just like big fat bodies. It's a slow unit though, 9 speed. But yeah, this sees play, and it does do some damage when he gets out there. It's going to be pretty big units. So next up, we have this guy right here. It's a 1 cost, so you can see play. But the cool thing with this is a new effect. Start of round. This means at the very beginning of every single round of combat, he's going to trigger this. So it's not just once per turn. If he lives for a couple rounds, which means everyone attacks, all units on both sides get the attack, and then it starts the next round, then he gets his trigger again. So this thing can actually grow 100 or 150 HP every single turn. And for a 1 cost, this can be quite good, right? 36 speed is not terrible. It's pretty low for 1 cost, but overall, the bad thing here is the attack. The attack is only 160. Even when you bump this up to its max form, it's 200, 310. The stats are quite low, but the HP, this card is going to end up being a 600 or so HP at the end of the game if you put him down turn 1. Like, this card can grow pretty big. So there is definitely decks that do like this card. This card doesn't see as much play, but it is definitely a cool card. Then you have Taser and Water. So a really, really good card here. This is a card in a brand new deck. They made a physical melee water deck now possible. So this card says when playing a spell card, you get 50 attack and 50 HP once per turn. So he's going to just automatically buff himself once per turn when you cast a spell, which is very easy to do in water. So every turn, you can put him down turn 1. So that means he can get a max 250 attack, 250 HP if he's down turn 1 with spells. and that's just off of his base power. Like that's not even including the spell buffs that he will be getting if you use spells on him. So that means that puts him up to almost 1,000 HP and 750 attack. A very strong unit. 31 speed is very good for a 3 cost. This card is very, very good. Max rarity. We go up here because it doesn't look like. Are we on max rarity? Yep, max rarity. But yeah, he's a very, very good card. So then Water also got this card, Blue Knight Lionel. Start a battle phase. If an ally has 1300 attack or 1300 HP, grant 100 HP to all allies. It doesn't read very well, but it plays very good. This card's a very slow unit, 1080 on the HP, 720 on the attack. And this is just boosting HP because Water actually has a lot of ways to boost HP already. Well, they have your spell cards, and then you have the 4 cost range unit that boosts 200 HP to a water protection unit. So like that card is just a solid card. You also see it in some rainbow decks. Then we have Arctic Blade Colt. This is the new water legendary, and it's got that same thing. Start of round, deal 100 magic damage to 2 foes. So this is a very strong effect, actually. So every single round, it's going to ping off 2 things. So it's RNG. You don't know what you're going to get, but you're going to hit 2 things. And this can get kills. This can get buffed because it's magic damage as well. So if you have protection of water, this thing can go up to as high as 200 damage to 2 foes right at the beginning of the round. And again, the round is once every unit has attacked. So it's going to trigger right away in the beginning, guaranteed 2 times per turn, but it can go 4 times or 6 times. You can get a lot of little pings, and that little extra damage comes in handy. The stats on this thing aren't that bad. 1130, 750, 18 speed is a little slow, but it is decent enough. And yeah, like Water has so many high speed, powerful units that maybe need just a little bit extra, that this thing can ping off, a couple hundred extra points of damage. Very, very strong. And then this is a card that just made a brand new Water deck almost top tier. Like this is probably one of the top tier decks. The Enhance deck now. So this card says start a battle phase, enable Enhance to all Water allies 1 time. So you're just getting a free Enhance, which Enhance is 30-30 on both stats. But in Water, there's these units that can buff it up, make it stronger and stronger. So it's not uncommon to see an Enhance do about 150 to all your stats. Like the Water deck is really, really powerful. And like I said, his stats here are really good too. 1220, 870 base stats there at the max rarity. For 7 cost, 17 speed, it's fairly high speed on a 7 cost. This card is really good. He grows really big, really quickly. The Enhanced deck is probably the second best deck currently in the game. And now we go into Earth. This card, it's funny because all the other legendaries are 7 cost or 6 cost, but they gave Earth a 3 cost one because Earth needed a lot of help. And this card says when summon, activate growth on 1 ally that has growth. So of course it's designed for Lance because Lance sucked and needed a new card. This card actually does make Lance playable, but you do want to have a premium Lance. You don't want to have a small Lance. You want to have it as big as possible. And this card definitely gives Lance a huge power boost. He can also be really good with Alicia and can boost up Alicia quickly, get her up to max stats. But yeah, overall this card, decent stats for a 3 cost, decent speed. This is pretty much exactly what Earth needed to become a more viable element. Earth also got a couple other little things that aren't as good. So a lot of people do play this one, Machine Lord Heens. This card is terrible, actually. I don't recommend people playing this card, but they do. They play a 7 cost. They stats look high, 1350, 950. But low speed, this is really clutch here. Low speed is terrible. And his ability, it reads really good. When a foe is KO'd, recover X HP equal to 50% of this card's max HP. So he's going to get a 50% HP recovery, but it's only whenever he kills something. And so that means, like, even I've had a game where the guy buffed him up to almost 3,000 HP, and it wasn't enough to, like, hey, because if he's the last person standing and you got 4 or 5 units attacking him, he's going to die. That's just how the game works. If he's one-on-one with someone, he's great. But if you've gotten down to one-on-one, like there's probably something wrong with the opponent's deck. Most likely their units are going to be alive, and you're going to have 2 or 3 units pounding on you. And when you have 2 or 3 units, even that, it's going to chip down even 3,000 HP. So that card's just terrible. Don't play that card. This card, Golem, I don't see much play with this card, but I think it's decent. I think the stats are okay. 1130, 790. 6 cost is a little high, though. I wish this card was a little bit cheaper, but being a little cheaper might have made the card busted. And then 21 speed, so pretty slow unit, but expected. It's Golem. His ability is when he is summoned, he grants 10% HP to all Earth allies and increases the allies. So really all he is a stat buffer, and like he reads better than he really is because he costs too much. So if he was a 4 cost or a 5 cost, this card would definitely see a lot of play and actually be good. But when you really look about it and think about it, 10% HP is only going to be about 100 to maybe 150 HP on all your Earth units. Like, because that means they're going to be about 1,000 HP or like 1,500. And so you're only going to get about 150 boost per unit. Like, it's not actually big. It's a small number, and it's deceptively like, oh, this card's good, but it's not good. Like, he needed to be cheaper. If this card, like I said, was 4 or 5, he would be a good card. He would be a playable card that you see a lot of, but at 6, he costs too much. Now we have the Lightning cards. So this card, I really like this card. So Lightning got a card that gives you a spell. So when summoned, you gain 1 in power attack card. It also got a pretty good speed, 33, and the stats are nice, 750, 520. It's also magic, so we've seen some little buffy, cheeky things with like people playing water and lightning together and using the protection of water to get extra boosts on the lightning units. And so like this card is just all around. It has a lot of utility. The Brave Burst is decent as well, 50%. Like, pretty good card. This is a good card. Didn't make Lightning top tier, but it definitely helped out Lightning archetype. Other than that, Lightning did get some other cards where they kind of suck. This card sees play, Double Voltage Julius. I don't think it's a good card. I think it's bad. I think this card sucks. I don't think you should play this card. Pretty much what this card does is, for 6 cost, he comes in, you get 100 HP, 100 attack for every Thunder ally. So you add on, say, 500 attack, 500 HP. He becomes a 1300, 1130. So 1300, 1130, 21 speed for 6. Like, he's not very good. Not because like he's too slow. His stats look good, but they're not good, and it's not a closer. It's not a card you want. You still just want to play Ezzy. Ezzy is way better. No contest. Like Ezzy, just base stats. You can just see here. Base stats here, 1060, 700, 640. Like even with his buffs, he's just kind of like a weaker version of Ezzy. And Ezzy will end up having higher speed than him as well with Ezzy's speed buff. So really just terrible card. Don't play him. And now we have Light. Light got some interesting cards, very unique mechanics. We got Protection of Light, this guy. 3 cost, definitely sees play. He is a solid little protection shield guy. Decent card, 32 speed, good stats. Speed BB. Overall decent card, you see him. This card, the Valkyrie. Valkyrie sees play as well. This card gets 1 cheaper every turn. So it starts off at actually a 5. Because when you have it in your hand, it's going to go 1 down. So it's not a 6. It's actually a 5 costing card. And when you play it, your number turns back to a 6. So this card can actually get you a huge point swing. You can play it down for as little as 1. And then it can pop up to 6. Light has duplication as well. So you can duplicate this card cheap, spin it out. The bad thing is the stats kind of suck. Right, 1090, 770 is good for like a 1 cost or 2 cost, but your speed at 13, it's like one of the slowest cards in the game. It's terrible. It's going to die before it hits most of the time. The BB is also terrible, 40% down. You're not going to want to use that very often. It sucks. Like, it's really just there to get buffed by Goblin. It's a nice card to have in Light decks. Light decks actually play this card now. So it sees play, but you really don't want to play it. Like, it's in your deck as a buffer. And then this card is terrible. So the legend is terrible. It's very similar to the other one. When played from hand, it's going to get cheaper by 1 for every unit that has Protection of Light. but it's going to go away at the end of the turn. So if you have 6 units on the field that have Protection Light, this card costs 1. But even at 1, it's 11 speed, 1220, 820, decent stats, but it's speed 11. It's terrible. Burst again, minus 40. This is a terrible card. Then you have the dark cards. The dark cards are actually insanely good. So Dark got a lot of help. Dark got 3 really good cards. This card is probably the best card in the set. The Fiva. Start a battle phase. If the card has been banished, grant 3 speed. And it doesn't matter if it's your card or your opponent's card. And by banish, what they mean is if a card has been on the field and then they trashed him. So it's very easy to trigger this actually. So if someone has just swapped out a unit, that triggers this effect, and it's going to be constant. So every turn it's going to get 3 speed. So it's not uncommon to see this card at like 46 speed, and 46 speed is insane. Even if this card gets 2 speed buffs, it goes to 43. Insane speed, goes first on most attacks. Good stats, 730, 510. The BB is great as well. Remove taunts. And then obviously you have your manifest version of this, which just gets stronger. Great card. Amazing card. This card is really what Dark needed. And then Dark also got this card. This is the Spider card. And this card is really cool. Good speed. 27 speed on a 5-costing card. It's one of the fastest 5-costing cards in the game. When revived, grant 20% HP and 20% attack to this card. So realistically, when you're looking at this card has the protection of Earth on it, but it can't be canceled. You can't like put a brand on this and make it lose its protection to Earth, which is part of the reason why Earth sucks. And it also has good speed, which is again part of the reason why Earth sucks. Earth has bad speed. So this card is going to attack first, which unfortunately, because you kind of want the card to die, it's not really good to have the high speed, but like it just balances out, right? Speed is good because you want to kill, because the game's only 5 turns, but you want to die. Like this card is a complicated card to play. You put him in the front, and you don't really care if he lives or dies. Either way, you're happy. If he dies, he's going to come back stronger and attack. If he lives, great. That means you hit 5 points on the opponent. So, and the stats can grow quite big, especially if you can put a protection of Dark on this card. So he's going to resurrect twice. Huge stats, right? Definitely a very fun card that you'll see play in the future probably as people learn and how to maximize this card. But this card is a cool card. Very cool card. Then we got this card right here. This card pretty much single-handedly made Dark viable just by itself. Jade says, when revived, grant 100 attack and plus 2 speed to all Dark allies. So his speed stat sucks, 19, but he's going to grow. So every time he dies and comes back, he gets plus 2. So he's going to go 19, 21, 23, 25. And so if you can get him out on turn 2, he's going to eventually outpace Soru, the light samurai guy, at 23. And he's going to outpace quite other units at 24, 25. And you really want to put Protection Dark on this guy. So if you put a Protection of Dark, that means he's going to get plus 4 speed every single turn he dies. And you put him in the front row. And again, just like the Spider, you don't care if he dies, and you don't care if he lives. Because if he lives, you hit for 6 points. You've done good. You killed something. His BB is also amazing. 10% attack to all allies. This card is amazing. Like, this card is great. This card makes Dark playable. You want to put him out on turn 2 if possible. Potentially turn 3 if you have a lot of smaller units that you can just flood the field. Because if you put him out turn 2, you're probably not going to get a BB on your turn 3. So, yeah, this card is really good, though. Like, and he looks awesome. He looks cool. Great card. And that's it for the new cards that are actually playable and good. There are a couple other cards, but they all suck. So if I didn't talk about the cards in here, they all suck. Don't play them. Terrible cards. All right, guys, thanks for watching.